Object orientation is not easy to understand, so congratulations on getting through these concepts. Let's quickly recap the main concepts we've just covered. We've learned that in an object-oriented language like Python, real-world concepts are represented by classes. We know that instances of classes are usually called objects, that objects have attributes, which are used to store information about them, and we can make objects do work by calling their methods. We've also learned that we can access attributes and methods using dot notation. We then dove into how objects can be organized by inheritance, and how they can be contained inside each other using composition. Wow, that really is a lot of new stuff. Congratulations on sticking with it. Objects are a great way for programmers to model real-world concepts. They let us have functions that work on specific things, like reading a file, setting the subject for an email, calculating the size of a repository of packages, and so on. Isn't it cool to see how all of this is coming together? As a sysadmin, the objects I deal with the most represent individual users and their accounts. I use them to group lots of different properties that help me turn abstract code into tangible interactions. I also use objects in my code to group functions based on the data they act upon. For example, I recently needed to write a bunch of functions that were all operating on some specific file attributes. So I used a class to group all those functions, making my code clearer and more reusable. Super helpful, right? I thought so. Next up, we've got a graded assessment to help you show off everything you've learned.